Now, this might be controversial, but I was thinking about this, and the NBA center position might be the only position in the starting five without a clear GOAT or a clear 1A and 1B option. So let me explain. So at the point guard, we've got Magic Johnson. If not, you're a Steph Curry guy. At the two guard, it's easy, it's Michael Jordan. Same with the three. Small forward, it's LeBron. And then at the four, I think it's more of a consensus thing now. It's Tim Duncan. I know you got KG, you got Dirk, you got some great players, but I think Tim Duncan takes that quite obviously. It's probably the most stacked position in NBA history. Like, in most people top 10, at least 3 or 4 are centers. Some have 5 or 6. Like, when you actually think of it, they could have an all-star team just to the center position. For me, the most skilled center ever, like, on both ends, could be Hakeem. I mean, he's top 10 on steals and blocks, and he led his team to 2 championships back-to-back. I don't think you can really overlook Kareem. 6 titles, 6 MVPs. You're just not getting better than that, really, are you? Like, he's right up there with Michael Jordan in terms of the resume. But in modern era, probably the most offensive-oriented center who kind of plays everything like a Magic Johnson at the center position, and that is Nikola Jokic. And he's someone who, I think, with nostalgia bias, he gets overlooked in a sense. But in terms of the modern era, there's not many centers better than him. Then you look at like raw athleticism, and we go back to Wilt, who I think is probably the most dominant center ever with Shaq. He could do things which not many players could ever do. I mean, he had the skill to play with the Harlem Globetrotters. He was MVP in his rookie year, when you think how crazy that is. He averaged over 50 in a season. And I know the pace was different, the level was different, but just think how good he was even when he came up against Bill Russell, who's the greatest winner ever. And Russell's also regarded as probably the best defensive center as well. So Wilt was coming up against that and that Celtics super team. Not to mention, I think he's one of the only players to block Kareem skyhook, like not once, but twice. And then even if you want to be more nuanced and talk about different players, like Moses Malone, probably regarded as the best offensive rebounder ever. David Robinson, he's someone, within 5 years, he won the rebounding champion award, the scoring title. He was an MVP, defensive player of the year. So he had all these accolades within just a short period of time. And then there's the obvious one in terms of that three-peat, Shaquille O'Neal. He was, a 3-time finals MVP. He has 4 rings in total. And he did absolutely amazing things while he was with the Lakers, and then also later when he was in Miami. I mean, personally, looking back at historic videos, the most fun to watch one, and the one who would have been so cool to see play now, is Wilt. So I always lean towards him. And I've seen like when he shook Shaq's hand and Shaq's whole body moved, and it just kind of showed how strong he was. He claimed he could bench 600 pounds. So I wonder, am I missing something? Or is there a consensus among the NBA community about who is the truly GOAT center? Because even on like panels, I've seen Shaq say like Wilt and Kareem are 1A and 1B. But then he's also said he's the most dominant player ever. And I think that's what makes the debate so impossible. For that GOAT debate, it all depends what you want. Do you want someone with the best resume? Someone at the absolute peak? Or someone if you could just take them for one game? Who would that be?